Hi folks, sorry about the background noise. It's my fan heater. Pretty cold up in the studio today. Now what I've done, I've just wet this piece of Cotman studio paper. It's £140 cold press paper. It's not a great one for doing more finished work on. It is a practice paper after all, but while that's a bit wet, I'm going to just put in some ultramarine mixed with, oh no, that's a bit of sienna. Just to give it a bit of a warm. Now clean the brush and get a bit of ultramarine mixed with a bit of Payne's grey, and that'll give a cool value to the blue. Just have a little bit darker over bits of it. Okay. Just let that soak in a bit. And while we contemplate what we're going to do next, I'll finish my tea. Yeah, cold, as usual. I'm going to dry that now, so take your headphones off, folks. Here we go. Okay, now we can start to put in some elements. Oops, I dropped my hake on the floor. You don't have to use a hake for this, just that I prefer using hakes, I'm used to them. Occasionally I make a foray into the squirrel mops and tables, but I do prefer to work with the hakes. Ever since I saw a video that was circulating at the art club I belonged to at the time, and it just took me in a way that I didn't expect. It's such a lovely thing to use when you get used to it, or them. If you're tempted, get the Ron Ranson hakes by Pro Art. They are, as far as I'm aware, the best on the market. Jackson's, Ken Bromley, they all sell them. Your local art shop, look out for them. This is a similar one made by, or marketed by Jackson's, or sold by Jackson's, where this one came from. My friend Glenn sent them to me from Hawaii via London. When I live in London, but it's North London, and he sent me 3 because my other ones were shedding hairs like mad. They don't last forever, but they're not expensive, but they do so much when you get used to them. They do fight back and they hold a lot of water. But what we're going to do now is just put in a background curve of a landscape. Could be the Surrey Hills. I'll use this one, the medium one. We'll just put in a bit of ooh, that's a bit strong. Bit of Payne's grey, just to turn that into a bit of burnt umber. And we'll just some darker stuff. And out of that, the trees will grow. Right, okay, let's put a background in. Let's put just a tree with some ivy, dead ivy, or not like ivy doesn't die, does it? We'll use some rigger work in it as well. It's a little bit serrated, this one, this brush, but that's okay because it does nice things with texture. After all, much of painting is about texture, and we can use a sort of a rigger just to spread some of this. More dark silhouettes, so a bit of this, bit of that. Okay, so there's a couple of set the tone, and then we'll have another one somewhere else. One here. There's a blue in there. Just take it back a little bit. Okay. Now a bit of rigger work. This is Frank Clark's lovely rigger. It came with the set of 3 that I bought, and it's a really lovely brush. This is a mixture of Payne's grey, a bit of ultramarine, burnt sienna. Just wiggle it about a bit, strengthen it up that bit. Okay, so there's some simple trees there. Maybe we can just put in a bit more in here. Just waggle it about a bit. Okay, now we're going to put in some bigger trees now. The big hake, a large Romanson hake, to put in the water, and whatever one in here. Just had a shadow side to this one. The Payne's grey. It's touched in here lightly. Now we've got to put some background in there, so we'll gently, with the medium hake, we'll just put in a bit of Payne's grey and a bit of blue. That'll give a bit of background. A bit darker. You can put the paper on the flat, but if you do, well, I can't because I'm going to have to keep going up and down, up and down. Right, so let's get some warmer colour, some bit burnt sienna, but just a bit sort of faint here. Just some warm areas. Just have some trees in trees. Well, we'll let that dry a bit, and can we stiffen up some of that horizon there. Okay, well there's some trees, we can give that a dry and we can just add some more detail. Right, we'll add some bits and pieces now. Payne's grey, burnt sienna, blue. Just in the old background. Bit of blue in here. Just some of these little ones. Let's have some of this. Just to make sure those dark colours. Alright, let's texture some of this. Shadow. Oops, I'm whistling away there. Quite oblivious. Just by putting a bit of blue in there, it just suggests a tree. Let's get some of this in here. I've done that. But we don't want too many branches with leaves on because they've all fallen off in the autumn. We just left the skeleton. Okay, right. Let's do some shadows. I want a bit of a blue tint to that. In the drink. So we'll wet this with a bit of blue and a bit of Payne's grey, but not as much as that. Oh, there's my palette. So we'll just put a bit of a tint in here. And we'll dry that. So let's put a bit more dark blue in there. Right, I'll give that a dry. Okay, right, now we can just stiffen up the shadows. Just the Payne's grey and the blue. And we've got quite a bit of okay, so we can have one coming in across. Across here. Okay, that should do. Now, I'll give that a dry. Sorry, I didn't give it much warning last night, so take the headphones off. Go. And I think we'll just put it with the Jackson hake, where I can find it, probably on the floor. Put it somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Dropped it on the floor behind my little dumb waiter, I suppose that's what you call it. Right, okay, we're going to do a bit of texturing with that in this foreground here. So let's just wet it, put a bit of water on it and a bit of sienna. Just something poking through. Burnt sienna is a great colour for this. Look, see all those little feathery ends? They just give a lovely bit of texture. Look. So it's a great brush for this. Bit of texture in here. Cover up bits you don't like. Okay, well, let's give that a signature and put that in the mount and we'll have a look at it, see what it's like. Do we want a bird in there? Oh, yeah, go on. Very, very. They're just there. Put a little bit of a waggle there. Okay, put a mount on it. Let's get a bit of tape. Now I'm going to be busy because we've got to upload one for Patreon, a trailer for Patreon, and this one for you. Right. Nice mount. Now you can see how roughly I painted that. I'll come down there a bit. Right there. So there we are. Just go up a bit with this and get it straight. So this is the hardest bit of the painting, is getting this thing straight for the photograph and for Facebook. Well, that'll do. So there we are. So we've got two similar ones on Facebook at least. Thanks for watching. Hope you quite like these. Bye for now.